Welcome to Activations with JJ. In today's 4-4 portal ascension message, we'll be calling in the Pleiadians to bring through a channeled transmission to support us through this next few months of shift and expansion. I'm excited to dive in and call in the Pleiadians to assist us. So let's get going. Hello, beautiful soul family. Thank you once again for joining me for another episode of Activations with JJ. I'm going on my 4th year of this podcast, and I'd have to look back to remember the first one. I should do that one of these days. It just feels like time goes so quickly. And being that we're in this period, as many of you know, I mentioned this in the April monthly energy update, we're in this time of just like releasing our attachment to linear time. And so I think back and I'm like, was that 20 years ago or was that 2 years ago? It doesn't really matter, does it? But it is a thrill and a joy to co-create with you every single time I sit down to record a podcast episode. I feel your love, I feel your support, and I feel your presence with all of my clairs. And it just brings me so much bliss to be able to serve you in this way. And I am here to bring love and to bring ascension guidance for all of you starseeds who kind of sometimes feel alone out there. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I created my Starseed Gridwork community, was to help those of us who are navigating all of this kind of strange stuff to everybody else all by ourselves. And what we found in that collective is so much support, common knowledge, like common thinking, I guess you could say, people who are very like-minded and that can validate some of the things you're going through that honestly nobody else out there in your regular world maybe can understand. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, please click on the link below, find out more about this Starseed Gridwork community. We are expanding in ways that I didn't even think were possible in just a matter of 3 months. It's been so incredible to witness. Today, we're bringing in some awesome energy. I wanted to talk a little bit about this 4-4 portal and bring in an activation and message from the Pleiadians. Now, it's really interesting because I honestly did not predict that the Pleiadians would be coming in so strongly over this last little while, but they absolutely have. Many of you know that I created in 2021 a series of podcast episodes that I called the Pleiadian Energy Calibrations, and they were actually only on my YouTube channel. So those of you who are not following on my YouTube channel, hop on over there. If you are following me there, make sure to like and subscribe so more people can find out about all this incredible information about our galactic families and our galactic connections. But either way, that was a really deep dive for me into Pleiadian energy. Now, in addition to that, later on, I began to connect with the Lemurian star mothers and predominantly the Pleiadians. And so I really was able to hone in on their frequencies. I worked with Pleiadian healers, Pleiadian guides, and again, Pleiadian star mothers over this last little bit. And it's been a really beautiful, beautiful connection that's come up over and over again. So what happened was I was tuning in to a couple of events that I will be putting on during April. Here we are in the 4-4 portal, right? We're already in April. And the 2 events that I had coming up were in person. Actually, one of them is hybrid, in person and virtual, which is awesome. So you can join from anywhere in the world. The first one I planned many months ago with my incredible friend, Christy, who is in charge of the Angel Co-op in the Shungite Room. Many of you have heard me talk about this place in Connecticut. It's not too far from New York City. And I have co-created with so many of you there from that area of the world. And she always does such a wonderful job hosting me and allowing me to use the Shungite Room. I might still have a few one-on-one spots left. If you want to look at the link below, I will be there the very last week of April 2024. Now, this brings me to my point about the event. So there are one-on-ones happening in the Shungite Room, but in addition to that, I will be doing a live Pleiadian energy calibration. Oh my goodness, this is the first time I have ever offered one in person and live ever. So I'm really excited to see what's going to come through. I actually feel, honestly, we're going to call in a mothership over Connecticut. We are literally going to call in a mothership right over that spot in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Some of those people may not even know what's going on, but I do truly believe we're going to bring forward those beautiful Pleiadian healers and energy calibrators, and we're going to create some kind of a healing pod in there, and I'm excited. I'm so excited for it. So if you want to find out more about it, if you're in the area and you want to join us live in person, find out through the link below. Now, some of you who don't have any way of getting to Connecticut anytime soon might be wondering, what else could there be for me? Well, let me tell you what happened. I actually ended up connecting with someone last month, and it wasn't by chance. I want to say it's random, but it's never random. It's divine timing. A beautiful light worker who has a studio, get this, right in the heart of Manhattan. And that's where she was called to create this place. It is a healing center. There are several practitioners there that are bringing their superpowers and their abilities into this really intense energy of Midtown Manhattan. And many of you know that I have created events and held events in Manhattan specifically because Spirit guided me to grid in that area. It's a powerful place. I co-created with my friend Marissa of Star Seeded just last year, and really powerful activations came through. The Star Mothers came through. The Earth Ancestors came through. And I know that that area is just a wonderful place that we can do grid work. So when Hiromi, who is this beautiful soul owning this healing studio in Manhattan, when she connected with me, I immediately said, wow, you have this place right in the heart of Manhattan that you are spreading all kinds of 5D frequencies in. And she said, yes, I work with Tachyon healing chambers, a technology from the Pleiadians. And I was like, okay, all right, we got to get something going. So long story short, I will be co-creating with Hiromi a workshop. It is a cosmic remembrance workshop specifically geared towards our Pleiadian connections. The last Sunday in April, which is the 28th. And what we will be doing, it'll be from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. Now, for those of you who are not going to be to New York City, there's a virtual component. There is a virtual component. And Hiromi has a special healing modality she'll be bringing in. I have the cosmic remembrance and the Star Mothers piece. It's going to be such an incredible collaboration. I cannot wait to, have so many of you there receiving with us all of this beautiful Pleiadian energy. Now, that being said, I come to today, the 4-4 portal. And I said to the Pleiadians, because there's going to be such an emphasis later on in the month as I co-create these different events, I would love to have you come forward and bring us some activations and messages for the 4-4 portal. And not only is it the 4-4 portal, but many of you know it's kind of like 4-4-4-4, because if you add the 2024, the 2 plus the 2 makes another 4. You could technically have 4 4s. It's a very powerful energy. In addition to that, you take it even further and you can have 2 8s. And so I started getting all these downloads about the 4-4 portal, as well as the 8s and what they signify. And so, my friends, I am ready to connect with them. So I want to encourage you, as I start this music, to just allow yourself to drop into a state of deeper relaxation, surrender, focusing on your breath, and opening yourself to receive. Yena solo koti tairi kantoya. Ina solo toti kanti aida orokiyanaya. Dear ones, we come to you as a collective of light beings, hailing from the area of the galaxy that you call the Pleiades. Many of you listening to this transmission have parallel or past lives within this area of the cosmos. And we wish to bring you through our frequencies on this day of the 4-4 portal a little taste of home. We come to remind you of the significance of these numbers, for numbers hold frequencies, and the frequencies of the fours has to do with embodiment, with earth and earth star chakra, with anchoring in the energies that are beginning to expand upon Gaia. For all is well when you open to receive, but it is crucial and vital that you not just receive, but integrate into your physicality the frequencies of the crystalline Gaia. And so on this day of the 4-4 portal, our first reminder is to anchor and integrate. Kitata sokoro kungaya, kitakoko sonkoro kungaya, kishatoko kungara kantia, arantiro koro, garantira koro kokusintiai, kiasha at kukuminaya, yatatotoye sataraininiaya. Now, dear ones, we remind you of the number connected to the year in which you find yourself, the frequency of the number 8. And what does the 8 represent? The 8 signifies infinity. The idea of being limitless. And so not only do you find yourself in an energy of grounded embodiment, but even in that grounded embodiment, you feel as if, despite your roots, you also have branches that go on forever. And so you have roots that go on forever. You have branches that go on forever. And what this does for you, dear ones, is allow you to step into the frequency of freedom and liberation. This allows you to step into the frequency of empowerment, sovereignty, of choice. It invites you, dear ones, to release any and all programming that would limit your capacity to expand. And so we offer you, as we conclude this message, a special sequence of light codes designed to help you become aware of your roots and your branches and your infinite expression of self. Argato suno hoyat kenyaya. Shishashai sotokamaya. Shotosokatira inuko kiama. Orokoko ungai sototsunyai haraya. Unda sandoluk maisit. Mundal kutsononatulaisit. Bishoko gargyai toko. Bishakro yatskanai kogro. Ngaratit Sandyai. Ngaratit Sandyai Sokoya. Sokoya. Kurunuhu Kokoinka. Kiadakata Sokumahara Katakai. Yes, tux. Tux, 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 saktatai, tototai. Sutuk, suk, skutuk, skutatai, tatakatakai, tukotakatai, kiatatai, kuku yamka ai. Iruko saiti, kusha atarakinda saiti. Batitso la lulu to kuma. Kumdat Santa Kaya. Kumdat Santa Kaya Kotoko Sanya. Kotoko Sanya Rakitiaya. Yetumgo Mbarek Tinsita. Sho Okotum Barek Tunsita. Ishata Tansum Titansum Diata. Gerakta Sinhyaya. Kush, 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 kush. This is JJ, just allowing yourself to gently release the activation and the transmission from our beautiful Pleiadian family. Taking some nice deep breaths, doing a little bit of tapping on your chest. Beautiful. Taking a moment to express gratitude to these powerful Pleiadian guides, these gentle, loving Pleiadian guides, for their offering and support. And as we close out this episode, I like to bring forward one more piece of information that dropped in as I was channeling. And that is the reminder about what I spoke of in March in one of the ascension messages regarding finding balance on your ascension journey. The number 4 also reminds us of the 4 foundational pieces of our ascension pyramid. And so I would encourage you to go to the Hathor material and to read the chapter. The information is in the description below that discusses those 4 relationships we have that provide us with a solid foundation as we continue to ascend. And that is exactly what the Pleiadians were talking about. Those are the roots. I feel like there has been a really big emphasis on the branches and a little bit less of an emphasis on the roots. And so I'm seeing people feel a little lost, a little, honestly, ungrounded. And what we're being called to do is to anchor in that regular life stuff. Sometimes that sort of a little bit tricky, sticky, sandpapery parts, those are our initiations into the higher frequencies. And as we bring in our inner child, as we focus on balance, we're going to find that this journey is much easier on us, not only mentally, but also physically. And so I wish you a very, very happy 4/4 portal. We are recreating new holidays, new ways to celebrate, releasing some of the holidays that have traditions that might not be in alignment with our current beliefs. And so it's always fun to just say happy 4/4 portal to the rest of the world and see what they do. Again, thank you so much for being here to co-create. It's such an honor. I hope to see you this month at my Cosmic Remembrance Pleiadian event on the 28th of April, or in person on the 27th or 28th if you are in the Connecticut or New York City area. As always, I am sending you so much love, and I'm reminding you that I am you, and you are me, and we are we. Until next time.